It's a very great kavod for me to have been asked to come to your wonderful kinos of Chaverim. I'm very grateful to the Spitzer and the Nang family for bringing me to England, and I'm very grateful to Rav Shmuel Yosef Davidson for allowing me to speak to all of you. And it's certainly a kavod to speak in the presence of Rabbi Greenberg. We had the zchus to spend the sukkahs together in Eretz Yisrael a number of years ago. All of us throughout the week many times make a certain bracha achrayna. We're all familiar with the words boirei, nefashos, rabbis, v'chesrayna. The Eibishter created many living beings, v'chesrayna, and their deficiencies. So the Chavetz Chaim asked the question, why does HaKadosh Baruch Hu create us so that we're not perfect? V'chesrayna comes from the word chasarim. There are some people that can't draw at all. There are some people that don't know any science at all. There are some people that don't know anything about medicine. None of us are perfect. Why did wouldn't it have been perfect? Wouldn't it have been a great world if we would all be created perfect? We would know, everyone would know Kol HaTorah Kula, we would know everything. So the Chavetz Chaim gives a terrific answer. And he says, you know why? Look in the next words of the bracha, and you will see the answer. It says, Lahachyois bohem nefesh kol choy, to maintain the life of every being. In other words, let's say, for example, that you have a Rebbe in a yeshiva, or a Mora in school, and they have a child that's not well. So what are they going to do? They have to take the child to the doctor. Now let's say the doctor is hungry. So what does he have to do? He has to go to the farmer or to the grocer to get his food. And what if the grocer needs clothes? So he has to go to the tailor. And what if the tailor wants to send his kid to a yeshiva? He has to send him to the Rebbe. So the Rebbe, the doctor, the farmer, the tailor, back to the Rebbe. So that the answer is so that we should all be connected, so that there should be an achdus in the world. That's why the Eibishter creates us in such a way that we're not perfect, so that we should need each other, and that we should work together with each other, and be concerned for each other. And that's what I would like to talk about today. I would like to talk about Achdus and Klal Yisrael, and the idea of Kol Yisrael Arevim. All of us are responsible one for the other. Let me tell you a great story. A great story that Mitzvah Hashem Devish Helfen will be in the new book. I hope it'll come out around Hanukkah or shortly afterwards. Listen to this story, vos taste, feeling an achrayus for other people. After the Second World War in 1945, the Skolena Rebbe was in Romania. And he had many, many people who came to him. Everybody was so poor, nobody had anything. And it was in April, it was getting ready for the Yom Tov of Pesach. Where are they going to get matzahs? Who had money for matzahs? So the Skolena Rebbe told one of his chassidim, he said, go to a farm and get some wheat. And we will get a millstone someplace, and we'll knock up the wheat, and we'll grind it down, and we'll make a few matzahs, and we'll have for the chassidim, and we'll give it out to whoever needs it. So the Skolena Rebbe found out that there were many other Rebbes, many other tzaddikim that had come out of the concentration camps. So he said to his chassidim, look, if Rebbes are here, great Talmidei Chachamim, tzaddikim, and Anshe Maisa, we should give each Rebbe, we'll give him 3 matzahs for the Seder. The matzahs obviously weren't big, but he said, we'll give 3 matzahs to every Rebbe for free. Fine. So he sends the chassidim, they find out where the various Rebbes are. One day, a young boy who I happen to speak to today already, he's an older Rav in Haifa, Rav Moshe Hagar, he was the son of the Vishnitzer Rebbe, the Seretah Vishnitzer Rebbe. So he comes to the Skolena Rebbe, and he says, Rebbe, my father is the Vishnitzer Rebbe, and I would like that perhaps you should give us some matzahs. My father asked I should come and get matzahs. So he said, fine, your father's a big tzaddik, and he gave him 3 matzahs. He said, oh no, Rebbe, I have to have 6 matzahs. 6 matzahs? What do you mean? We can't give out to everybody 6 matzahs. He said, but my father said I can't leave the Skolena Rebbe's house until you give me 6 matzahs. He said, but I can't. There's so many people who need matzahs, and there's very little wheat here. He says, Rebbe, what should I do? It's a shayla of kibbut avayim. My father tells me I've got to have 6. Oh, he didn't know what to do. So the Skolena was a leif tov ad miyoy. He was such a person with a good heart. Okay, good. He gave him 6 matzahs. Erev Pesach, 2 hours before Yom Tov. Here comes Rav Moshe Hager, he was a boy then, and he goes back and he brings the Rebbe 3 matzahs. He brings the Skolena Rebbe 3 matzahs. So the Skolena Rebbe says to him, what's this? You're making fun of me? I told you I can't give you 6 matzahs, and now you come and you bring me back 3 of the matzahs that I gave you? I could have given it to other people. Listen to what he said. He said, you know what my father said? My father, the Vizhnitzer Rebbe, said that you, the Skolena, are such a tzaddik. You probably gave out every single matzah and you don't have any for yourself. So he took extra matzahs, so he should be able to give to you right before the Seder, those 3 matzahs, and you'll have it for your own Seder. And those are the matzahs taka that the Skolena Rebbe used for his own Seder, because he had given out all the other matzahs to everybody else. So it shows the chesed and the achus and the achrayus that the Skolena Rebbe had. He gave out matzahs to everybody. But it shows also the achrayus and the mitgefühl and the feelings and the sensitivity that the Vizhnitzer Rebbe had, that he wants to make sure that the Skolena also has. That's the pshat, everybody's connected. That's the pshat, everybody's thinking about everybody else. You know, the Torah tells us that when Yaakov Avinu came down to Goshen, when he came down, before he came down to Goshen, Ves Yehuda Sholach Lefonav El Yosef Lahoros Lefonav Goshna. He sent down Yehuda, and Rashi tells us Lahoros Lefonav La Sakin Beis Talmud, to make a yeshiva. So if we look in the brachas that Yaakov gave to all the children, Shimon, all the Rebbeim come from Shimon, Yisachar, he's Yisachar Hamor Gorem, he's the one that's learning. So why did he send Yehuda? Why of all the 12 Shvatim did he send Yehuda? And I once heard a tremendous teretz from a Machanach in America, Rav David Trank, and he said a terrific teretz. Do you remember when Yaakov didn't want to send down Binyamin? And Yehuda made a statement, Anoichi Erevenu, I'll be responsible. He said, Tata, Father Yaakov, you don't have to worry. I will take care, I'm going to be responsible. And nothing will happen to Binyamin. Miyodi Tevakshenu, you'll be able to demand him from my hand. I'll be responsible. So Rav David Trank said, somebody that says, Anoichi Erevenu, I will feel responsible for a brother. I will be responsible for a fellow Yid. He's somebody that can build Torah. He's somebody that's a Baal Achrayus. Him you can send out to Goshen and he can build Torah. It's not necessarily the greatest Talmud Chacham, and it's not necessarily the wealthiest man. It's somebody who feels, I'm responsible for a fellow Yid. And that's what you have to learn. You have to learn to feel for other Yidden, especially those that may have less than you have. And when we talk about feeling a responsibility, it's not only Bagashmias, but it's Baruchlias as well. If you look in the Yalkut Shmoini, right in the beginning of Shmuel, it tells us something very interesting. We all know the story. Elkanah had 2 wives, Chana and Penina. And Nebuchadnezzar had no children. Penina had 10 children. And Elkanah, it says that he used to go to Shiloh. And you know how he used to do it? Very interesting, Yalkut Shmoini. He had like a trailer. As if he lived today, we would say he had a trailer. But he used to take a tent. And he used to travel to Shiloh in the north section, throughout the northern part. And that's how he traveled. And then the next year he traveled the southern part. And that's how he came to Shiloh. And in the 3rd year he traveled the middle section. So the Medrash asks, why did he travel? Every year he traveled a different way. I've gone already from Golders Green to Stamford Hill 4 times since I'm here. Every time the same way. Not Elkanah, sometimes north, sometimes south, sometimes middle. Why did he travel different? Listen to why. Because he used to say like this. He used to say, I'm going to Shiloh. I'm doing a mitzvah. I want to make sure that other people are also going to do the mitzvah. So imagine, a man camps out in the street with 10 kids, and somebody says to him, Elkanah, where are you going? He says, come with me to Shiloh. We'll see the Koyanim. We'll be able to bring Karbonis to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll be able to daven. We'll be inspired together. So one year he got all the people from the north. Then he decided, okay, I got everybody's going from the north. So he decided, okay, I'll go to the south. Hey, Rabbi Kana, where are you going? Oh, come on, we're going to Shilai. We'll come, we'll do mitzvahs together. So he went through that way. And then the next year he went the middle route. Every year he went a different route. He should be able to chap more Yidden to get them inspired to go together. Listen to what the Eibusher says to him. You wanted to make sure that Klal Yisrael is going to do mitzvahs. Therefore, I'm going to give you a son like Shmuel, and he's going to be zoicha v'yechanech mitzvahs. You're going to have a child that's going to be mechanech all of Klal Yisrael mitzvahs. Holamarata shebeschar Elkanah. What was the schar of Elkanah? Because he felt an achrayus to somebody else to do mitzvahs. That was Shmuel. So we have to know that everything that you do can really be hashpah on somebody else. I'll tell you something, my wife is a teacher in a school, in a Beis Yaakov type school. It's called Shevach High School. And she told me she once saw something in the teacher's room. She could not get over it. She heard two teachers talking. They were both about to leave school. They had taught in the morning. They teach Limudei Kodesh. So one teacher says to the other, you want to go shopping with me this afternoon? So the other teacher said, I'm busy. I have something to do. Now she could have stopped, but you know what she said? She said, I'm busy. I'm on the bigger Chaverim and I'm driving somebody who never needs chemotherapy, who never needs cancer, radiation treatments. I'm taking them to the hospital. So the other teacher said, you're in bigger Chaverim? I thought bigger Chaverim just goes visits people. I didn't know they take people to the hospital that need treatment. She said, yeah, they're older people now, if they can't drive alone. They need people that have cars in the afternoon that can take them. She said, oh my goodness, I didn't even know such a thing. I also have a car. I would also like to join. So my wife said, look at that first teacher, the schar that she got. She could have just said, I'm busy. But she didn't say that. She said, I'm busy, I'm doing a certain mitzvah, and because she explained the mitzvah that she's doing, the other teacher also got involved in that. So when you come to Chaverim, when you come to learn by always Sabanim, and somebody asks you, you want to come play ball tonight? You want to play football? You want to play basketball? Whatever you want to do? Don't just say, I'm busy. Say, I'm going to always Sabanim. I'm going to Chaverim. And then they'll say, hey, wait a second. If he can do it, I can do it too. I'm coming to daven early in the morning. You just say you're busy, because when you tell another person that you're doing a mitzvah, that's feeling an achrayus to the other person. That other person will also do it. And if a man is going to a shir at night, or a woman is going to help a chayla, or she's going to a hospital on wheels, or Meals on Wheels, and she's doing something like that, so she shouldn't just stop and say, I'm busy. Tell the mitzvah that you're doing. Rabbi says that's not gaiva, because you're going to inspire other people to be able to do a mitzvah. You know, there's a very interesting medrash. The medrash is in Vayikra Rabbah in Parshat Tzach. It tells a story that Rabbi Yanai was once walking in the street, and he sees a man. He thought the man was a Talmud Chacham, and he brings him into the house to invite him to eat, and he starts talking to him, and he sees he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't know a Gemara, he doesn't know a Mishnah, he doesn't know anything. Pasuk Chumash he doesn't know. So Rabbi Yanai was upset. He thought this guy's a Talmud Chacham, wants to give him a meal, and now the guy doesn't know anything. So finally, at the end of the meal, he said to him, do you know how to bench? Could you lead Tzayir Rabbi Sam on benching? So he said, no, let the host bench. He didn't even know how to say that. So Rabbi Yanai got very angry. And he said, okay, you know what? You follow what I say. Could you do that at least? So he said, yeah. He said like this. Say, Ochal, Kalba, Pizza, the Yanai. A dog ate the bread of Yanai. We ate. The guy got insulted because he said, well, you calling me a dog? Then I came to eat your bread? He said, you're a ganef. He picked up Rabbi Yanai, it says by the collar, and he lifted him up. He said, you're a ganef. He said, Rabbi Yanai said, I'm a ganef. Where would I steal? So listen to what the boy said. What the man said. He said, you know, once I was walking in the street, and I was passing by, thank you, I was passing by a yeshiva, and I heard the boys, they were singing and they were learning. Torah is an inheritance. It doesn't say it's an inheritance of Yanai. It's an inheritance of Yankov for everybody. You know what? I don't know anything, because you who was learning, you never even cared about me to go out and teach me, and people like me. That's part of an achrayus. Do you know that 9 out of 10 Jews in the world are not from? You come to Stanford Hill, you see so many Yidden, you come to Yerushalayim, you come to Borough Park, you think everybody's from. 9 out of 10 Jews in the world are not from. They don't know anything about Yiddishkeit.